Hello, darlings. Day 120. Today is a really special day because I want to talk about hope. And in human design, you can find out what your motivation is. Mine is hope, and it's one of my most favorites. I am very grateful I have a hope motivation, but that's probably something a hope motivation person would say because it feels very nice and very natural for me to be in hope. So when we talk about motivations in human design, this is something, by the way, you can find in Genetic Matrix if you have the upgraded software, which I highly recommend. If you're a human design nerd and you're planning on running more than just your chart one time, pay the $10. I mean, even if just to run the charts and then just do it for a month. But I have never regretted paying for that subscription because I use it so much. And the beauty of Genetic Matrix, which I am not sponsored at all by, but I highly recommend, is it will also run gene keys charts, astrology charts, synastry charts where you're comparing one person's chart with another person's chart and finding similarities, differences, and friendship links, and on and on and on. It is so powerful. It's a beautiful website. So you can find your motivation there. And your motivation is really how you're designed to approach your life and what others are wanting from you, what they receive from your energy. And so they also correspond to the lines. So a lot of times you can think about them in the sense of the lines. And I'll actually go through them. I don't mind doing that. The first line is fear. So you could be a fear motivation. Second line is second line is hope. You can be a hope motivation, second line. Third line is desire. Fourth line is need. Fifth line is guilt. Sixth line is innocence. And these are so powerful to know, especially with your partners, with your family, to recognize what kind of household you grew up in. I mean, the household that I grew up in had my beautiful mother with a fear motivation and my beautiful stepfather who had a hope motivation. And so it's really interesting reflecting back on some of those times where my hope really clashed with my mom's fear at certain points. And my dad would seem to get me in those moments where his hope could kind of see my hope. Now, another caveat with understanding your motivation is understanding your transferred motivation. And that is our shadow state that holds hands with our motivation state. So, that we each have a transference, and usually it won't be much of a surprise what your transference is. You likely will have seen it in some way, shape, or form in your life. So hope holds hands with the transference of guilt. And guilt is when I am not seeing clearly, I will be in guilt. So guilt is very much so motivated by fixing and practicalities and solutions. Whereas hope, on the other hand, says, I'm going to get through this. I might not know how, but I know that I'm strong enough to persevere. I've gotten through worse things before. I can conquer anything if I believe and if I just really have the faith. And, these words are interchangeable with hope, faith, and belief. I also have a few really beautiful quotes that I pulled up on hope that just exemplify hope so beautifully. And the first one is, hope is a waking dream. And that was by Aristotle. I love that. Hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. That's by Thich Nhat Hanh. And hope smiles from the threshold of the year to come, whispering, it will be happier. That's by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So beautiful. Hope. Hope, hope, hope. It is so important for us to have hope as humans. Hope is an essential quality. It is that positive optimism. It is that rainbow after the rain that says the sun will come back, times will change, nothing is permanent, everything gets brighter eventually. And so it's been a really beautiful reminder for me to recognize when I'm in hope, when I'm not in hope, and to also understand that when my clients are coming to see me, when my friends are coming to see me, when I'm attracting someone in the world, they are seeking what my aura is screaming, which is hope. Now, I could be in my head and therefore in guilt. And so when they interact with me, let's say a client comes to me and is wanting to know that it's going to be okay. They might be used to me being able to give that frequency. And let's say I'm in my head about something. I have something unsettled that's not finished and it feels incomplete. Then I might be in guilt. I might be overthinking. I might be not present and in some of my shadows. And the client comes and my restlessness might get projected onto that person. And I may go, well, you need to do this, this, and this. You need to start working on this now. I may use certain language and tones that sort of makes them feel like it's not okay to be where they're at. Where hope says it's okay. It's okay. Wherever you are right now is perfect. It's going to get better from here. Guilt says, yeah, you're behind, you're late, this needs to get fixed now, and here's how you do it, boom, 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 boom. So you can see how they might hold hands, Sometimes hope without guilt is just acceptance of your state without any action. And so the guilt is the action, it's the practicalities, and the hope is the spirit, it's the energy, it's the knowing, it's the belief, the faith that things will improve. They always do. Nothing lasts in life, including the bad times, including the good times, but we always are moving in a cyclical fashion, and hope just brings that light. And so, but guilt says, this is how you make this light if you're in the dark. And so we all need to play our role. We all need to play a role. And I think I often will give guilt in a sense because I run a lot of charts and I am a very technical teacher. So a lot of times I will, help support someone by teaching them about them with practical tools, things that they can use and recall when they are in a tough time. But at the same time, my overarching general desire is to express hope, to let them know it's going to be okay. Here's a tool, but also you've got this. Keep going. And so as long as I can anchor into that, I will always be seeing clearly. And it's oftentimes when I'm motivated by guilt mainly and hope is not in the room, I'm not really seeing the situation clearly. Again, I'm likely seeing through the lens of my overthinking, my pain, my problems, my issues, and it will lead to an unsatisfying situation. And potentially a client that doesn't come back because they can feel I'm out of alignment. It could lead to a friendship that crumbles. It could lead to a partnership where the other doesn't feel like they're receiving the best of me, the most of me. It's really beautiful. And then the thing about our motivation too is we apply it to our own problems. So in my life, when things are maybe feeling like not moving quick enough or frustrating or slow, or I say not quick enough and slow as if they're two different things, but as you can tell, that's something that gets to me. And so I'm meant to approach those challenges with hope. I'm meant to say, Christina, nothing ever lasts. Everything always gets better. You're always in the right place at the right time. Trust in the seasons of your life. Keep moving forward step by step. You'll be shown where to go. You always have been. You always will be, right? So I would highly encourage you to check out your motivation. Comment below if you know it already and you want to hear me do a little video on it. I'd be happy to. I also it's come to my attention that I completely dropped my profile series. So I'll have to bring the rest of the profiles back. I'm pretty sure I only highlighted like 3 of them. So more to come on human design profiles, human design motivations. Highly recommend. It is something that as much as I possibly can, I try to squeeze into my first session with clients. Yes, my first session is 2 hours, so that does seem like a lot of time, but believe it or not, it is not. But I do try to teach them motivation. And in my friends, now that I know their motivations, I encourage it in them. If I know I have a friend that's a desire motivation and she asks me, where would you like to eat? I know she knows where she would like to eat. A desire motivation is meant to lead the way. When they're in their shadow state, they're in innocence, and they're just defaulting to what the universe wants and defaulting to the other person and kind of go into a people-pleasing sort of energy. And so I'll be like, let me know. What do you want? I'm open for anything. I know everything that you pick always aligns with me. You've never led me astray thus far. Everything you choose is like totally my taste. down to how you dress. So I trust you to pick where to eat tonight. And then they're like, oh, okay, good. I was thinking this place. And I'm like, perfect, let's do it. And they're like, okay, great, I'm already making reservations. And this is the beauty of a desire person. They have so much energy that revs up in them when they are given permission to lead the way. And my hope is truly, meaning what it says, where in the case of this friend I'm thinking of, I do trust her opinion, I trust her judgment, and it has not yet led me astray. So the hope says, even if it's not my favorite place that she picks, I trust that I'll find something great on the menu. Like, I trust that I'll have a good time because I'm with my friend. It's trust, it's surrender, it's flow. Hope is pretty easygoing. So I love you all. I hope this is supportive and nourishing for you in your human design journey. And I will be back with more motivations if that would support you in your journey, and the profiles, because I'm feeling itchy to dive back into them again. Okay, I love you.